It's another chapter in a storied history between two local rivals, not separated by more than 15 minutes or so, depending on traffic on Whitney Avenue. As tonight, Quinnipiac takes on Yale. Massive points in the ECAC women's hockey standings at play here today. Alongside Rob Ciambra, I'm JJ Duke. Rob, both of these teams tied for 8th. That's the last spot in terms of the postseason tournament. The winner of this game is going to have the momentum going into the final 5 games of the regular season. There can't be a tie on this. Someone needs to win.
Absolutely. This game could determine that final playoff spot for either of these two local rivals. Quinnipiac unable to get a win last week, and the Bulldogs getting one out of a possible 2. So in the last month of the season, only a few games left for both these teams. Big implications this entire weekend, but of course in this game because these two teams tied for that last spot.
Joachim Flieg in the middle of your picture. Won at Dartmouth last week with his Bulldogs, shutting out the Big Green. That was a key 2 points for them because it started off the weekend rather inauspiciously. Down 5-0 just after 45 minutes or so. They're able to grind out 2 goals away to Harvard. But when you come against your local rivals, as you see the last meeting played back earlier this year, is up in Hamden that Quinnipiac won by 2-0. They need to get back going.
And for Quinnipiac, those are the first 2 wins that weekend of their season against Yale and Brown that weekend. These two teams did not meet in the Nutmeg Classic that was held at Ingalls earlier this year, but we did see both teams, of course, and we know a lot about them.
Well, there's experience and youth on either side. Emma Vlasic has come into her own, the senior captain for the Bulldogs with 15 points this season. And Melissa Samoskevich getting the nod earlier this season with the U.S. women's national team. Her game, you could say it's only begun to blossom, but that's saying something when you have 102 career points already.
Absolutely. I mean, she's been the leader for this team this season, one of the seniors, and also wearing the C on her jersey for the captain, the local out of Sandy Hook, Connecticut. So they're going to look to her to get the scoring done, but Quinnipiac needs scoring to come from all around if they want to be successful in this final month of conference play.
Welcome back here to this presentation of ECAC Women's Hockey. JJ Duke, Rob Ciambra here with you at Ingalls Rink. 4 shots aside here as both goalies Tara Hoffman and Abby Ives have certainly gotten tests. Nothing really too dangerous thus far. And Rob, you have to figure in a game like this, it's going to be a little cagey to start. Both teams know how important those 2 points are in the conference standings race. You can't make a mistake, though, on the defensive side.
And a lot of these games have been very close games by 2 or a goal, sometimes 3 here and there. But, yeah, you make a defensive mistake, that could be the entire game.
Jordan Chancellor gets wiped out into the corner boards. She gives up possession. Kenzie Prater try to work it ahead, taken away. Now Chancellor back on the rush here, has sights with her. Chancellor, right on goalie though, as she was looking to try and sell the pass, but it looked like Ives was fooled.
Yeah, it looked like she tried to sell the pass and then try to sneak it 5-hole, but Ives, you mentioned it, JJ. I mean, she's square to the puck. See her right on the edge of the crease, stays right to the shooter, shuffles just a little bit towards the post with Chancellor with the puck on the stick, and he's able to track it the entire way. After
looking at his slow motion, looked like the right decision. Sights wasn't on in time to throw it across, but a comfortable save that for Ives. Didn't give up anything.
It's tough to make those saucer passes so close to the goaltender with a defender on you, so I think you're right. Right decision to shoot.
Good forecheck, though, by Quinnipiac, and Samoskevich comes away with it, try to pin it off the back corner of the goal. Yale will come away with it now with Sights. Sophie Verino. Now Kirsten Niergaard throws it on, and Ives having a little bit of a problem bringing that in. Rob, you watched in warm-ups. Ives was having a lot of problems just with simple shots, letting a lot go in.
Yeah, it was a little surprising. Granted, not sure the pregame rituals with any goaltenders, but yeah, it seemed like a lot of shots were getting by in the warm-ups. That one, of course, comes sort of to that blocker side shoulder. Tried to trap it with the glove on that dump in, unable to do so. And again, we talked about this back during the Nutmeg Classic. She's a goaltender that catches with the right hand, and you don't see that too often, really on any level of hockey. It's kind of a rarity you see that. So the Bulldogs have to try to shoot the opposite way. Instead of trying to be fancy, go glove, and where they're used to going blocker side, it's all reversed now for them.
And the other thing is, for Ives, this is not her first time in this facility. She's played a number of games here. I know the light can sometimes get a little bit tricky with you, but still a little bit shaky here as that pass comes out to the neutral zone. Taylor House doesn't have much to work with. A nice stand-up check by Soroya Tinker. And remember in the women's game, you are allowed body contact, but if you go over the line, it will be 2 minutes, and Tinker held her ground. Loose puck in front, and it's tucked home It's Agia who found the loose remains and put it in.
It was Kutu Godbu who started to right on the doorstep of Hoffman, tried to stuff it home on the backhand. Hoffman made the initial save, but was unable to cover, as you'll see on the replay here, and Agia crashing the net. You see her in the slot. Kutu Godbu, nice toe drag. I missed that part. But yeah, Agia's right there to send home that loose puck, and the Bobcats, they're the first to take a lead in this one.
Here we go with under 6 minutes left. Good work by our camera crew, by the way. You saw a player in green sneaking on the near side. You can't have more than 5 skaters and a goalie.
4 forwards on the ice for the Bulldogs. Greta Skarzinski playing the point with Soroya Tinker.
And this is Skarzinski with the wrister in front, and she scores! It's been a long time coming for Greta Skarzinski, but her first of the season on the power play.
Take the monkey off her back. First goal of the season. That is a heck of a shot from the point. We saw a similar goal in the Nutmeg Classic from Melissa Samoskevich, but a quick little snapshot, high glove side, maybe through a sea of players, and I don't think Shkodova saw that one all the way, and the Bulldogs take the lead. My goodness.
You can see the smiles on the far side, and you set her up perfectly. The monkey is now off the back, and it's not to say that Skarzinski's had a bad season by any stretch of the imagination. That's her 6th point of the campaign, but she hasn't found a way to hit the back of the net, but that is her 15th career goal with the Bulldogs. Immediately, Caldwell throws it in front, swept aside by Seitz. So the Bulldogs now 2 for 2 on the power play after going 0 for 18. And now a breakout here. This is the first-year line. Dalton has a player in front, and it's Tatum! Vanstone with the goal. And it's a 3-point day now for the first year.
Well, the Bulldogs are flying. Look at this, another stretch pass leads to an odd player rush. Great pass right to the tape, into the shot. Vanstone steps right into that. Shkodova kind of has to go post to post there, and I think we're going to see a goalie change here.
Yeah, it looks like Melissa Black, the former Union College player. Now, whoa, look at this. It's not Black. Sierra Natsky, a sophomore from Pine, Colorado. This is her first career action. And also, by the way, a timeout taken by Vermont, as well as a 3-goal run here for the Bulldogs. And I mentioned also the 3-point day for Vanstone. That's also a 3-point day now for Claire Dalton.
The offense has been clicking the last few minutes. Vermont trying to get back into it, but look at this again. Vanstone gets a great backhand pass from Dalton, just steps right into it.
I love the finish, by the way. Great work by our camera crew at the far side. You go cross body on the shot. You see that often in soccer when you have a cross come in from the near side, and you just put the power where it came from. Go right back across because the goalie is sliding over from one post to the other post. Opened up everything, and that's well executed by Vanstone. So the Bulldogs now 3 straight goals in a matter of minutes. In fact, the goal between Skarzinski and Vanstone came 28 seconds apart. And now the goalie change to come is Sierra Natsky. Well, this is a big moment for her, really trying to stop the bleeding for Vermont. It needs, if anything, to get the Vermont to the locker room at this scoreline at minimum if her team cannot score.
Yeah, 5 minutes left in the period. They got to figure out something.
Well, this is something that the Bulldogs have been waiting for quite a while, a 4-goal period. Again, this team is, it's been challenging for them to get big goal games. They had a 3-goal period against Clarkson earlier on the season. Also had a 6-goal outburst against Union earlier on. They're breaking right now, and they actually could be getting more here. Is Chancellor able to bypass defender? It's Chancellor, slides it across, and it's missed. Skarzinski had an open net, but she couldn't put it home.
That's a great look by Chancellor there, and heck of an effort as well.
And Chancellor gets called offside now. I don't know about this one, Rob. She looked like she had the skates on the onside position, but referee will bring this one back. By the way, this is the most goals scored for Yale in a period since that 6-1 win against Union. They scored 4 goals in the third period, as Tabea Bothoff had 1, Yetman had 1, Vlasic and Vanstone all had 1, but that was over a month ago.
And JJ, coming into this game, the Bulldogs have had 3 second-period goals all season. 4 now today.
But now for Yale, they've got to finish what they've started. That has been another problem spot for them this season. They get some momentum, but yet they cannot capitalize it. And for Vermont, Well, still there's a lot of hockey to be played. Yes, the momentum is well against them here, but they're still only trailing by 2 with 24 total minutes left to go.
It's a dangerous lead to have in hockey, whether you're down 2 or up 2. And again, there's still 20-plus minutes left in this game. Both coaches need to emphasize that.
This puck batted out of the zone. Hit here to the near side. Botov kept with it. And amongst the mass and chaos in front of the Vermont bench, 5 players fight for it, and eventually Botov comes away with it. Anderson. Near guard now will chase after it. And for Vermont, they need to get back to the simple things. Get pucks in. Create little moments. Maybe take away the eyes of Maloney, who have at times, you mentioned earlier, has had some shaky moments today, especially with rebound control.
I will say this, though, JJ. Obviously, still 20 more minutes left, and if the Bulldogs can hold on, this would be quite the win, and the first win of the season for Gianna Maloney, and a bit of a turnaround from games past in this season. They've been all close games, but this would be a big confidence boost for her.
On the break now, Alyssa Holmes trying to get through the neutral zone. Near guard will chase near side. You talked about the time for Yale. Well, they have to almost break this game up into thirds, if you will. You have to win the rest of this period, or at least keep it level with 2:40 left to go. Make sure to continue doing all the little things. Win the individual battles. Of course, get pucks in deep behind the red line. They have Audrey Picard. Nice move to the near side, but the pass was deflected through. She is such a skilled player. Just a little flick of the wrist, put it through her own legs, and set up a potential break.
I'm always jealous of players who could do that, because I could never do that in my lifetime. And my goodness, it's a heck of a move that just throws every defender off. But the part that is difficult is getting a good shot off. That one kind of just flicked over the net, but Maloney just made the safe play to glove it down and hold on to it.
Shavzal centers towards Picard, had the slot, lost it. Karjalainen plays it back. Now Colorado, wrister through traffic, loose in front, and it's poked in. That's the response that Vermont were looking for. It was a really tough wrister from Colorado, and Picard's got her second.
And that's a big goal for Vermont. They're back within 1, and they were swarming the zone. Good puck movement across the point. Maloney can't handle the rebound, and Picard's right there. She gets knocked down, but she stays with the puck. That's a great play by Picard. Flicks it right over the goaltender. Bring the Catamounts back within 1.